Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? This is the Book of X, and we're finally seeing the walled garden of PlayStation come down following the recent announcement of Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox.
He let you have my house, my shed. I won it. You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win shit in my yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Now, if we go into a bit of the history on this one, for the longest time we were told that Xbox would not see PlayStation games come across their platform, and that PlayStation themselves sort of thrive off this exclusivity image. But is that exclusivity image starting to slowly fall away as a combination of two things happen? Fewer and fewer third-party exclusives are staying exclusive to the PlayStation platform, even if they are launching exclusive on the PlayStation platform initially, and Sony themselves are putting out fewer and fewer games. So with this sort of two-sided effect here, we're seeing fewer and fewer exclusive launch into the PlayStation market. So many years ago, MLB decided to launch across Nintendo Switch and PlayStation. Now, a lot of this was brushed off at the time to do with this is a decision by MLB, which it absolutely was. So it was seen as an anomaly in everything. And then with the confirmation of Marathon, which is not out yet, RIP, would be launching on Xbox, that was down to the Bungie dealers who previously committed to prior to the acquisition of Bungie themselves. Now, those two things aside, over the past year, we've seen more and more former PlayStation exclusives launched on Xbox, and each one has had an excuse given to it along the road, which we'll get into at the moment, until most recently with Helldivers 2. So Death Stranding 1 was one example. So Death Stranding 1 launched last year on Xbox, and this caught a lot of people off guard because many of them thought, PlayStation wouldn't let that happen because PlayStation published the first game. But here we are with it launching on Xbox. We then went on to other such titles in the last year or two launching on Xbox, such as Sifu, formerly exclusive. We had Kena Bridge of Spirits, formerly exclusive. All make their way over to the Xbox platform. This year we had Final Fantasy 16 launch after the period of exclusivity. We've finally seen Final Fantasy 7 Remake after 6 years, and we got confirmation that Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth will also be launching on Xbox most likely next year. We have Black Myth Wukong launching next month after just 1 year of exclusivity. Some have tried to argue that it was the Series S and there wasn't a deal there. When you launch in exactly 1 year after the launch on PlayStation, you cannot convince me that that was anything other than an exclusivity deal. But here we are now with Helldivers 2, a Sony-owned IP that has been ported over by one of their in-house studios, Nixus. That is 100% a changing of the guard there, and what that tells me is that nothing is left off the table anymore with regards to what can come over. If this is successful, do not be surprised if Sony experiment with further titles to come across to the Xbox platform once at average. What if we see a Spider-Man down the line launch on it? What if they try to take some of their other live services games such as Gran Turismo and try and launch that on PC and Xbox as well? You know, the possibilities are endless, and if anyone tries to argue that they will never do that, don't forget the people who said Helldivers 2 would never launch on Xbox. The point is, never say never, because we're in a totally different landscape now. So that beyond just that, if you look at the third-party exclusives, other games that I fully expect to see roll out onto the Xbox platform in the next year or two. Stellar Blade, that's coming across. Rise of Ronin, that's coming across. Death Stranding 2, I fully expect Death Stranding 2 to appear in the next couple of years. But we're in this new landscape. Many of people crucified Xbox for their decision to go wide a third party, but now it's more clear than ever that the industry as a whole are recognizing this shift as games become more and more expensive to make. The player base that used to be satisfied when a game used to sell 8 to 10 million before, that 8 to 10 million is not carrying them as far as what it used to, simply because of the rising costs. So they need to find more avenues to make money. So what do you think is going to be the next games that launch on Xbox from Sony first party studios? I fully expect most of their third party exclusives to get trickled out in the next couple of years, but Helldivers is the game changer. Which ones would you like to see come across? I've seen plenty of people create fake box art online of the likes of Last of Us and God of War and that coming over. The reality is Last of Us probably is one that would actually make sense given the TV show success, that they might want to try and broaden their reach there. So yeah, do let me know in the comments. Now, if you do enjoy my content, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you again soon.